Hello, everyone. What's it going on? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream here today. And we got a nice little 10 p.m. late night commentary here tonight between the Boston Bruins and the Vancouver Canucks. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you all so much for your support on the previous streams this week as we get ready for the start of this one here and looking back to some Watch with Nordic history. On November 26th, 2024, we live streamed these two teams in the 9th live commentary ever in this channel's history, and it resulted in a 2-0 win for the Vancouver Canucks. Jake DeBrusk scored, Connor Garland had 2 points, and Kevin Lankinen, who was starting tonight's game, had a 33-save shutout in Vancouver's 2-0 win. So there is some Watch with Nordic history here that goes behind this stream here tonight, and I could not be more excited for the start of this upcoming game here. Starting goaltenders for both sides, you have Jeremy Swayman in net for the Boston Bruins, and Kevin Lankinen once again making another start for the Vancouver Canucks. So the interesting thing here, let's get ready for the start of this first period. Boston playing their first game since Thursday when they faced off against the Calgary Flames, and Vancouver on the second half of a back-to-back here tonight, after taking on the Seattle Kraken and losing in the shootout. So thank you all so much for tuning in to tonight's stream. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream. It brings more people in here. And we will get ready for another great commentary stream here tonight. Looking forward to it. Again, we haven't done these teams that often, so I'm not expecting that crazy of a stream. But hey, you got to do these teams more and more. You got to grow the fandom amongst these fan bases here on the channel. And the more streams we do, the more people will come. So just got to keep on grinding here, even if this stream may not be as great as previous ones. I see Bonds in the chat. What's up, Bond? How you doing? Good to see you. Glad to see you back here on the channel. Up to 6 likes. Yes, sir. They are currently singing the national anthems right now. This is the second and final time these two teams will face off. They faced off back December 20th, where Vancouver had that 5-4 shootout win. And the funny thing is, this is our first time streaming Vancouver since the Quinn Hughes trade. So it's been a little bit since we've live streamed the Vancouver Canucks here on this channel. And they're getting back here into a commentary stream for the first time since that commentary happened, of course. So it's going to be interesting seeing, you know, Zeev Boyum and all those guys in here. And the anthems have concluded, so we are ready to get started here with the first period of Boston-Vancouver. A lot to be excited about here. Let's take a look at the starting goaltenders here on both sides. Starting off on Boston's end, Jeremy Swayman with a 15-10-2 record, a 2.84 goals against average, and a .904 save percentage here this season. And Kevin Lankinen on the other side, 19 games played, 6-10-3, a 3.41 goals against average, and a .885 save percentage this season. So a really good goaltender contested with a pretty bad goaltender in terms of their overall stats. It's a rematch of the 2011 Stanley Cup Final. These two teams know each other very well despite only playing each other twice a year. It is the Boston Bruins and the Vancouver Canucks on a Saturday night Watch with Nordic live commentary stream. And we are underway. Face-off is a tie-up here at center ice, and it's finally won back by the Canucks. Banked off the boards here now. DeBrusk trying to dump it into the zone. Now Charlie McAvoy picks it up in the Boston end. Cleared back out to center. Canucks trying to get it back, and the play is immediately blown dead for a offsides. Showing off Marco Sturm, head coach here of the Boston Bruins in his first season after Jim Montgomery was fired midway through last year. They wrote off an interim head coach, and Marco Sturm was lucky enough to become the head. Face-off here outside the Boston zone, won by Vancouver. They'll dump it into the Boston zone. Now Zadorov will pick that one up and try and clear. He's playing against his former team tonight. Puck is banked back out to center. Canucks regroup with the puck. Pettersson. Back over then, down low. Trying to get that one is Zeev Boyum, the new acquisition here for the Canucks. Boyum will look for options. Off the boards then to Filip Hronek, who will look for options here and try and perform a breakout. It seems like the Canucks are being very conservative with the puck. Pass to Sherwood is fanned upon. Now it goes back into the Boston zone. Bruins will tip it back out of their zone, and racing for it the other way is Morgan Geekie, who will win the battle. Geekie in front, hits the post. Oh my lord, right off the bat, Morgan Geekie, who has been the leading scorer for Boston this season, gets denied by the iron. Puck is cleared all the way back into the Boston zone. Now Lindholm will bank that one right off the boards and back out to center. Canucks dump it down low. Racing forward into the zone is Hampus Lindholm, who many would argue was snubbed of the Team Sweden remark. Now Alex Steves trying to poke check that one ahead. Stolen back then by Evander Kane. Kane skates it down the right side. A backhand goes wide of the Boston net and all the way back down the other way. Tyler Myers trying to bank that one off the boards. Canucks steal it back. Sasson battling for it now. And stolen back down low. Canucks will try and move it the other way. Through center now, Pavel Zacha. Drops it back. Mason Lohrei. Over to Andrew Peeke, who will dump it into the Vancouver zone. Now battling forward here in the corner. Elias Pettersson trying to break that one away and clears it back into the Bruins zone. Lohrei on the right side then for Peeke. Andrew Peeke holds the puck. Now out to center. Zacha. Into the zone now. Arvidsson spins around on his back. Gets tied up. And Bruins still battling forward here down low in the corner. Charlie McAvoy behind the net trying to throw it in front. And it's broken up there quickly. Canucks trying to steal it back. Down low, Mark Kastelik. Pass in front. Is swiftly denied. No shots so far. 3 minutes gone here in the first period. Here's McAvoy. Fires it. And it looked like it went off Izimot's stick. And all the way back into the Boston zone. Zadorov tried to throw it past the center. It's broken up then. And Höglander trying to break that one the other way. Bruins will steal it back. Now down low. Corrali trying to throw a pass in front. And he gets swiftly broken up now. Höglander will dump it back into the Boston zone. 16:40 left to go here in the opening period. No shots so far. DeBrusk into the zone now. Sherwood trying to deke it in. And he gets broken off there. Thrown back up to the point. Marcus Pettersson shoots it. And it's blocked in front through traffic. Bruins will try and bank it out of the zone. It's kept in by Tom Willander, drafted back in 2023. Now Mark Kastelik trying to poke check that one ahead. He gets it through. Corrali tried to race it the other way. Canucks got it right back. Here they come into the zone now. Ratty throws a pass to center. And O'Connor could not tuck that one through on Jeremy Swayman. Still no shots so far. Pass out to center. Here's David Pastrnak on the breakaway. Saved by Lankinen. He caught him with the pad. Canucks get it back here in their own zone. Zeev Boyum now with the puck. That's Boston's first shot of the game. Now into the zone. Fraser Menon dumps it down low. Who was acquired in the Brandon Carlo trade back in 2025 in the trade deadline. Here come the Canucks into the zone. Deking around his Kampf. He gets broken off the puck. Pastrnak steals it back. Banked off the boards here back to center. Here come the Bruins the other way. Backhanded down low into the zone. Fighting forward here in the corner is Steves. Canucks will break that one out. Now Kane past the center. And puck will come out then as Boston will try and regroup. Into the zone now, Morgan Geekie with some room. Fires it, save by Kevin Lankinen. And he was given a lot of room there. 15:04 left to go here in the opening period. It's 2-1 in terms of the shots. And a nice little breakaway there for David Pastrnak. A couple chances for Morgan Geekie already so far here as well. It's been really non-stop action here these last couple of minutes. And I'm sure the fans love that. I know I love that. About 5 minutes gone in this opening period. Face-off in the Vancouver zone. Won by the Canucks. Hronek will bank it out to center. Vancouver dumps it into the zone. Kane on the right side. Stolen back then by McAvoy. Banks it off the boards. Here's Casey Middlestat. Will bat that one down to the ground. Now battling for it down low. Tyler Myers will pick that puck up. Throws it past the center. And now coming the other way with it, or at least trying to, was Ogren. Down low here in the Boston zone. Nikita Zadorov. Zadorov down the right side. Will dump that one here into the Vancouver zone. Lankinen trying to play that one around. Hronek will clear it out of the zone. I don't even know if he was trying to on that play. Now Asparat to the right side and dumped in down low into the zone by Peak. Lankinen out of his net to play the puck. Philip Hronek will throw past the center. Puck will slide into the Boston zone. Now banked off the boards there then by Asparat. Over then for Izemod, who could not get that puck. Now Hampus Lindholm on the right side will backhand that one all the way back out to center, where Hronek's there to pick up that puck. And backhanded down low. Racing forward is Ratty into the zone, battling for it down low. Picked back up then by the Bruins. Intercepted. A shot! Saved by Swayman on a huge chance there for Linus Karlsson, who just signed a new contract a couple of days ago. And he was swiftly denied. 13:37 left to go in the first period. It's 0-0. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Trying to get to 5K subscribers by the end of 2026. Preferably by June. This will be our last NHL-related stream here for a while. We have 4 World Junior streams coming up. Hey, Rex is in the chat. Vamos, Vancouver. Thanks for covering the game. I appreciate the donation, Rex. You make these all the more worth it. Thank you, brother. Good to see you here. And a little NHL-related news here to highlight. Sucks I wasn't commentating the game because I know I would have had a great call for it, but Austin Matthews has passed Matt Sundin for the most goals in Toronto Maple Leafs history with 421. Matthews has had a rough year overall, but the last couple of days have been great for him. Hat-trick against the Jets, 2 against New York tonight. And hopefully, the Maple Leafs can turn that into a cluster of games here. What's up, Jim Shit? Welcome to the stream, man. Thank you for tuning in here. I remember you from the Winter Classic, so welcome. This is the only 10 p.m. slate tonight, so Leafs history, what a treat. Yeah, I know. I wish I was live streaming it. I would have loved to have streamed it. Face-off coming here now in the Boston zone as we are back from commercial break. It's going to be Fraser Midden. Nordics and Whalers had me feeling like a toddler. Yeah, I know, man. That was tonight, too. I wish I'm a little annoyed. I could have went home early and live streamed another game. I kind of wish I did. Carlson now down low in the corner. Canucks trying to steal it back. Pettersson to the point. Hronek shoots it. Tipped away in front. Rebound is there. And denied by Swayman. Kuznetsov now will clear out to center. Pastrnak moves it into the zone. Gets poke checked away and back out to center. He'll get it back on the right side. Pass back for McAvoy, who will spin it around for Zadorov. Pettersson's pressuring. 7 minutes gone in this opening period. Not a lot of whistles, as you can probably tell. On the right side, Canucks will clear all the way back out to center. Andrew Peak off the boards for Minnan. And a whistle is blown dead here for a deflection, possibly offsides, and we'll get another face-off. It's all good, man. There'll be hopefully more throwback matchups. I know Montreal is playing Colorado in Montreal soon, and I will be doing that stream for sure. That will be happening. I can't remember when that is. I think it may be a couple Thursdays from now. I think it's on a Thursday. I can't remember what day exactly, but I will be doing it for sure. Pass out to center. Here's Zadorov. Tried to clear it. It was kept in by Vancouver on the right side. Down low, it's O'Connor. Fed up to the point. Marcus Pettersson, a shot off of Swayman's pads. And back into the corner. Bruins are trying to clear here. Now off the boards, it's Steves who will backhand that one all the way back into the Vancouver zone. Battling for it down low. Canucks clear out to center. Dump back into the Vancouver zone, and Canucks will regroup here again. It's Tom Willander. Back over then for Max Sasson. Sasson dumps it into the zone. Swayman in the corner. Lindholm pass to center. Racing forward with speed now is Middlestat. Middlestat into the zone. Drops it back. Zacha back to Middlestat. Aspirata shot. And it tips up and all the way back down into the Boston zone. Shots are 4-2 Vancouver. They've had the pressure here so far tonight. Canucks almost won offsides. Bruins will get back the puck. Boston takes it into the zone. Middlestat trying to bank that one down low. Casey Middlestat attempting to move it to center. And stolen back down low by the Canucks. Cleared out to center. McAvoy. Banked off the boards now. Down low into the Vancouver zone. Picking up is Eetu Räty, who was a New York Islanders draft pick, was traded for Bo Horvat. Nils Höglander banks it off the boards. Bruins trying to keep it in. Canucks steal it right back, and they'll get it out to center. Räty tries to break that one away. Battling for it now at center is Corrali. Höglander trying to break that one into the zone. Bruins are getting their sticks where they need to be. Approaching the halfway mark here of this first period. Still 0-0. Hronek drops it back for Boyum. Zeev Boyum skates it through center. He'll dump that one here into the Boston zone. Canucks bring it in. Sasson, a shot. Rebounds there. And Vancouver could not tuck that one in. Ogren was there in front and was unable. Canucks getting hot wasn't on my 2026 bingo card. Yeah, that's what they do. They're going to get hot. Then they're going to trade their first round pick they got from Minnesota for something, and then that's going to be that. Here's Marcus Pettersson now down the right side. We'll clear that one around the Boston net. David Pastrnak will pick that one up here for the Bruins. Here's Fraser Minton. Minton then to Kuznetsov. Down low. Minton up to the point. Pastrnak on the right hash mark. Doesn't have that much room. We'll send that one down low. Now Andrew Peak skates it around. Throws it down low in the corner. Canucks will try and clear. Marcus Pettersson trying to keep that one in. Canucks steal it back. Here they come the other way. 3-on-2. Pass is broken up. And now David Kampf, who was traded to Vancouver from Toronto earlier this season, will just dump that one the other way. 9 minutes to go here in the first period. It's still 0-0. This is one of 2 games still currently going on tonight. Jonathan Asperat. Over then for Steves. Alex Steves down low behind the Boston net. Backhands it out to center. Cleared all the way down low into the Vancouver zone. Tyler Myers will take that one ahead down the right side. Pass up then for O'Connor. O'Connor drops it back. Nobody's there. Now Boston gets a break the other way. Geeky. Over to Steves, who dumps it down low. Down low, Lindholm trying to play that one to center. And nobody is there for Boston, so Vancouver takes it back the other way. 3-on-2. Evander Kane over. A shot. And Sherwood fires it wide. Kane down low. Moving into the zone then is Besser, who takes a slap shot. And it's denied by Swayman. Brock Besser from long range. 8:06 to go in the first period. Still 0-0. Thank you all for tuning in. Makes sense. I saw Quinn Hughes cook my Ducks in the lower bowl before he got traded. Minnesota beat Anaheim last night, though, right? So I guess it happened with him on the team again. So I guess that's a little bit ironic for you, Rex. All right, I'm looking at the schedule here because I know Montreal plays Colorado very soon, and I made it a note in my head to do that game. I forget what it is. I'm pretty sure it's sometime in January. It might be the 28th. Holy crap, that's a Sunday? Oh no, that's Saturday. Never mind. It's Wednesday. What the hell? I know it's soon. It must be the 29th. It is the 29th. Thursday the 29th. They play. It's Colorado versus Montreal in Montreal. Colorado's wearing their Nordique jerseys against Montreal's jerseys. So that's what's going on then. I'll be live for that game for sure. What's up, Plot G Tag? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the commentary. All right, back here from Vancouver, showing off the Elias Petterssons here on my screen, the center and the defenseman. Yeah, we'll be live for that game. That'll be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to that. All right, face-off coming here in the Boston zone. Shots are 5-2 in favor of the Canucks. McAvoy. Up then off the boards into the zone, trying to race that one in. Bruins will come back here and regroup. Yeah, Anaheim's kind of teetered off here a little bit. Hopefully they can find their way back. Offsides here for the Bruins. Who's number 71 on Boston? Do they got someone new playing? Oh, it's Arvidsson. Why am I bugging? Anyway. Bees or Canucks? I'm pulling for the Bees. I think the Bruins will win. Here down low in the Vancouver zone, Elias Pettersson banks that one off the boards. Myers. Down the left side, we'll dump that one here into the Boston zone. Now Zadorov holds the puck to McAvoy. McAvoy passes to center. Bruins break it into the zone. Here's Arvidsson. Shoots it. Save. Rebounds there in front. Puck slides towards the net. It comes off, and the whistle is blown. The net came off its bearings after Charlie McAvoy slid into it. And there was a rebound there in front of Kevin Lankinen. But McAvoy was unable to get into that puck as Max Sasson knocked him into the empty net. And if McAvoy were able to get a stick on that puck, That puck would have went in for sure, but he could not get it through. There will be no penalty on the play, it looks like, even though there maybe should have been. And Marco Sturm is talking to the official. 7:22 left to go here in the first period. Boston and Vancouver are tied scoreless. Shots are 5-3. Faceoff comes outside of the Vancouver zone. It'll be Kuznetsov versus Kampf. Faceoff is won by Vancouver. Pettersson on the right side now, moving that one through the zone, is Willander, who will dump it down low. Peak off the boards then. Fraser Minnan down low will bank that one off the boards. Puck slides out to center. Pastrnak. Cross ice pass. Peak dumps it into the zone. Puck slides in front then. Minnan over then down low. Kuznetsov to the point. Lohrei to Peak. Down low, Pastrnak in the corner, fighting alongside Pettersson. Sorry about that. Mitten feeds it up to the point. Puck will come out of the zone as Lohrei could not get a clear stick on that. And a delayed penalty here for Vancouver. Empty net for Jeremy Swayman. Jesus. Sorry about that. Thank you. Thank you, Rex. Morgan Geekie here in the zone. Lindholm will drop it back down low. Boston kind of just regrouping in their own zone. Still a delayed penalty here for Vancouver. Lindholm moves in. Throws it back up to the point. Steves can't complete the pass. And it'll slide all the way back out. Now Morgan Geekie. Back over them for Steves. Lindholm. Trying to move that one into the zone. Drop back to Pastrnak. Pastrnak down the right side. Penalty is still delayed, by the way. Steves at the point. Puck comes out of the zone again. Oh, my goodness. Lindholm. To Zacha. Back to Pastrnak. Pastrnak to Zacha. Zacha's tripped. Could that be two? And Vancouver will touch the puck, and I wonder if we'll see two penalties here. This could be a 5-on-3. And it looks like it will be. A 5-on-3 for the Boston Bruins with 5:14 to go. Here's the official calls. 2 minutes high sticking and 2 minutes for tripping. Sorry about that. Just coughing up a storm, or sneezing up a storm here. Is it a 5-on-3 or is it a 4-on-4? Maybe I saw it wrong. No? Ooh. It was the same player, so it'll be a 5-on-4 for 4 minutes, it looks like. So regardless of how long it is, the Bruins are going to go on the power play. Looks like it'll be 2 minutes. At least is what it says on the NHL net on the NHL app here. It'll probably be a 4-minute power play. If it was typically two from the same player, it will be a double minor. So it's going to be 4 minutes more likely. But Boston with a massive opportunity here to put themselves in a great position. I'm okay. I don't know why I'm sneezing so much. Probably all the lights and stuff. I am coming off the tail end of a sickness. So there's that too. Also something in my eye. And I probably do have to blow my nose, but we'll just ignore that fact for now. All right, Boston power play coming up here. It's going to be Marcus Pettersson to the box for high-sticking Pastrnak and Pavel Zacha. And it's going to be a double minor here for tripping. Boston wins the draw. Huge chance here for the Bruins on the power play. Lindholm to Pastrnak. Pastrnak gets interfered out of the zone. And McAvoy will regroup. I was sick from Thanksgiving Day up until the weekend before Christmas. Damn, that's brutal, bro. That long? Oh my gosh. Puck down low here in the Vancouver zone. McAvoy to Pastrnak. To the point then to Zacha. Zacha to Pastrnak. Pastrnak down low. Pass to center, and they shoot it wide. Huge chance there for Zacha. Zacha to Pastrnak. Pastrnak to McAvoy. Pastrnak moves in, fires it, fans on the pass, and here come the Canucks the other way. It's Kiefer Sherwood who will gain the blue line into the Boston zone, and he eventually gets poke-checked away, but still battling for it here down low. What an opportunity for Kiefer Sherwood. He runs down a minute of that penalty. Here's Fraser Minten, 4-on-2 into the zone for the Bruins. Here's Steves' shot, and it goes wide. Down low, Arvidsson. To the point. Lindholm. Back to Arvidsson on the right side. Down low, Middlestat moves to center. Saved by Lankinen. Arvidsson gets it back to the point. Lindholm to Minten. Minten to Steves. Steves at the hash marks. To center. They score! Fraser Minten! A power play goal! And the Bruins are on the board. Here in Vancouver, it's 1-0. And good movement there from the power play and the young forward who was acquired from Toronto last offseason. Makes it 1-0. And Fraser Minten scores in the first 2 minutes of that Boston power play, so it will carry over here, and now the Bruins get even more power play time. Fraser Minten, his 7th goal of the season from Alex Steves and Hampus Lindholm. And Boston's on the board. Down low here now behind the net, Lindholm. Back for Geekie. Geekie to Lindholm, pass in front, block, rebounds there for Pastrnak. And he cannot tuck that one through. At the point. Zacha. To Geekie. Morgan Geekie here. Boston still on the power play. Pastrnak centers. And denied by Lankinen. And puck goes out of play on that opportunity. Fraser Minten with the power play goal. The Bruins are on the board here in Vancouver. And it breaks Kevin Lankinen's Watch with Nordic shutout streak here against the Bruins. Face off here in the Vancouver zone. Won by the Bruins. Lindholm. Down low. Pass to center and broken up by Vancouver and cleared all the way back out. Hampus Lindholm. Back to Arvidsson. Arvidsson tried to feed a pass over. Puck is offsides. Bruins will have to get back on. Vancouver will steal that back and clear it the other way. 2.5 minutes to go here in the first period. Boston leads 1-0, and we got a whistle here. And a penalty coming up against the Bruins, so that will conclude the power play. We'll get some 4-on-4 here, followed by a Canucks power play to end off this first period. 1:15 to go. So yeah, 4-on-4 for 53 seconds. 2:29 left to go here in the first period. Bruins have a 1-0 lead. We will see if the Canucks can tie the game. So I feel a little congested. Probably going to blow my nose, but we'll ignore that fact for now. Face off here in the Boston zone. Won by the Bruins. Peak. Off the boards. Zadorov to Kastelik. Kastelik skates around. Peak brings it back into his own zone. Andrew Peak skates it around. Through center. Brings it into the zone. Drop back for Kastelik. Intercepted. Here's Evander Kane the other way. Pass to Sasson. Sasson drops it back. And the Bruins get it right back. Here they come the other way. Through the zone, Kuznetsov will circle back. Over them for Charlie McAvoy. Charlie McAvoy will look for options. Throws a pass to center ice, and the Canucks steal it back. Now battling for it down low is Pastrnak with Willander. Time will wind down here on the Vancouver penalty, and we are on a Canucks power play here now with 1:32 left to go in this first period. Canucks power play 14th in the NHL, shooting at a 20% average, which is actually not that bad when you look in terms of this team and where they rank in the NHL. Here's Lindholm through the zone. Odd man rush. Zadorov a shot. And it goes up and out of play. 1:08 left to go here in the first period. Shots are 5-5. And the Bruins have the early 1-0 lead. And Fraser Minnion actually is from Vancouver, so he opens up the scoring in his hometown. Likely some family or friends here in the building witnessing that. Off the draw here in the Vancouver zone. Shot goes wide. A chance for Kastelik. Goes off the side of the netting. Canucks will steal it back. Last minute of play in the first period. Canucks power play winds down. Pettersson for Sherwood. Sherwood intercepted. Bruins bring it out to center. They will dump into the Vancouver zone. Lankinen plays it around down to the right side to Brusque. Will drop it back for Hronek. Hronek. Back to DeBrusque. Into the zone now. Bruins will tie up the likes of Zeev Boyum, and the pass is cleared back out to center. 20 seconds to go. Power play is over here for Vancouver. Lindholm. Off the boards then, as Asparot battling for that puck. On the right side here now, trying to throw that one to center is Zeev Boyum, who's getting knocked down by Arvidsson. 5 seconds left to go. Boyum knocked down to the ground. Battling for it here in the corner still. Time will wind down. And that will do it for 20 minutes of play here in Vancouver. Shots were 6-5 in favor of Boston, and they have the only goal here so far. It was Fraser Minnion on the power play from Alex Steeves and Hampus Lindholm, and the Bruins have a 1-0 lead through 20 minutes of play. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do, and we will be back for the start of the second period momentarily. All right, I gotta go blow my nose because I can feel it in my system. I can feel congested. So, grab my paper towel here real quick, and I'll do that. I guess I blew it out so fast there was some blood. But we will ignore that fact. I'm sure you guys definitely needed to know about that. All right, let me pull up the stream here on my trusty computer. Intermission question time. Give me a number between 1 and 1,000. And we will talk about some intermission questions here. I had ChatGPT create me 1,000 intermission questions. They are hockey related, movie related. So drop a number between 1 and 1,000 in the chat. And we will ask some intermission questions here. As I'm going to edit a commentary clip here for the channel. All right, I see 227 is the first number you guys sent, so we will do 227 first. All right, question number 227. All right, 227. What's your favorite meal to make? Ooh. So basically just like what's your favorite meal? Unless if you don't like to make meals, which is fine. For me? I mean, I don't know. I don't really make myself like that much food generally. That's not to say that I'm eating fast food all the time, but I do like me some good a good well-cooked grilled cheese sandwich. It's got to be perfect though. It's got to be a nice, perfectly cooked grilled cheese sandwich. It's got to be right. Otherwise, you can forget it. It's got to be a perfect grilled cheese sandwich. So that's what I'll say. I'll give you guys a couple seconds here to answer that question, and then we'll do another one. You see me? You get what I mean? I know, bro. Grilled cheese is goated. Steve's at the hash marks to center. Steve's at the hash. Same thing for me, but the same applies to baked mac and cheese. Yeah, baked mac and cheese is a good one too. Steve's at the hash marks to center. They score. All right, let's do another one. Trying to do this while we do this. All right, number 1. What's your... Ooh, this is a good one. What's your favorite NHL rivalry to watch every season? Okay, so I think that this... movement there from the power play and the young forward who acquired. So, for me... Sorry, I'm just finishing up this clip. What's your favorite rivalry to watch every NHL season? So, for me, like, again, it kind of depends on your favorite team. For me, it's Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Battle of Pennsylvania. I always enjoy a good old Battle of PA. We do it every single year here on the YouTube channel. And it's gotta be my favorite one for sure. But generally, like, I enjoy most of every rivalry. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, there's not a lot of rivalries that you don't enjoy. So again, I think that's one of my favorites. Boston versus Florida. Yeah, that's a good one for sure. I've learned how to make it with Spam and broccoli. Oh my God, Jesus. That sounds awesome. Yeah, Boston Panthers is good. I do love myself some Battle of Alberta. I love watching Ottawa versus Montreal because I have a couple of friends who are on both sides, and it's just so much fun watching those teams play. Ducks versus Kings. Yeah, that's a good one too. That's a good one too there for sure. Not going to deny that. All right, next question. You put 555. 555. Going down here to 555. All right, would you rather live in a treehouse or a boat? We've asked that question so many times, and my answer every single time is the treehouse. I'm actually going to the color versus color Ducks Kings game at Staples. Ooh, that'll be sick. That'll be a lot of fun. So the question is, would you rather live in a treehouse or a boat? I think it's simple. For me, it's always been treehouse. Boat, I mean, I could do it, but like, I don't know. I would not like the rocking around so much, like during storms. And like, what if you're out in the middle of an ocean? What if you're in the middle of an ocean and it's just like, what? No, I can't do that. No, there's no chance. So I really, I'm not big on that. All right, give you guys a second to answer that. So again, programming reason here, you can steal internet easier on a treehouse, so you don't have to worry about them sharks. That's true. Just a little scheduling announcement here. We will be live tomorrow for both semifinal games of the World Junior Championships. So Sweden versus Finland at 4:30, followed by Canada and Czechia at 8:30 as well. So we'll be live for both those games tomorrow. All right, next question. Might be Bruin trying to get your grilled cheese, though. That's true. That is true. 55. We'll do like two more. Because I don't want to use all of them up. I mean, there are 1,000 of them, but you know. All right, 55. Question number 55. Would you rather, this is a would you rather question. Would you rather live in perfect weather, like always have sunny, always be sunny, or never wait in line again? I have a hot take. Never wait in line again. Because having perfect weather all the time may sound great and all, but then all of a sudden, if everything's just sunny all the time, we're going to go through like a generational drought. Unless if, like, I can live in perfect weather and everything will stay the same. Like, the grass will stay green without water and all that stuff, and all that will be fine. But, like, even then, like, it's just like, I don't know. I mean, like, as well as that, too, like, do you mean, like, it's always summer? Like, I don't mind me some winter every now and then. Like, I don't know if I could really do that. Honestly. I would never wait in line again. Perfect weather, I don't get it. Never wait in line again coming for someone that lives in Anaheim. We never have bad weather, but I hardly have chances to wear my hockey stuff outside of Honda Center. That's true. But I think it's an easy answer. Like, never wait in line again. Like, or come on. What are we doing here? Like, I think perfect weather, like I just like I don't know if I could do that. It just seems weird. All right. We got about, it says 5 minutes. We'll do two more. 127 is the next number you guys gave me. Number 127 is, what's your favorite restaurant meal? So I already know Rex's answer. I think I would know Rex's answer. For me, Chick-fil-A sandwich, like that's the standard that my girlfriend and I, she might hate that that I'm going to admit this. We go to Chick-fil-A so much. Like, it's literally like our go-to restaurant. I swear, like I literally know all the employees who work. Like, I'm shocked they don't know who we are because we've been there so many times. Yeah, we're big. Um, Chick-fil-A. So Chick-fil-A sandwiches are my favorite, in my opinion. So you guys can leave me yours. Question was, what's your favorite fast food meal? As I update the Watch with Nordic all-time scoring sheet here really quick. I'll pull the stream up here on my phone. Yep, I knew with Rex living in California that his answer was going to be In-N-Out. It just was so easy, so predictable. Not that it's bad, but like I think my answer would be that too. But mine's Chick-fil-A sandwiches. It's always been my favorite. That was Fraser Minnen's first Watch of Nordic point. Cheeseburger. Yeah, cheeseburger's a good one too. Just of any kind, honestly. All right, sorry about this, guys. Just updating the Watch of Nordic score sheet really quick. Alex Steves, first Watch with Nordic point as well. All right, we will do one more. Just give me a second, guys. Updating the goal here super quick. Trying my best to get it out. Added to OC, Orange County. Huh. Good morning again from Finland at 6 a.m. About to check in the results from the night games. Yeah, man, some good games here tonight. This is the only 10 p.m. game, but welcome, JJ. Hope you slept well. All right, we will do one more intermission question. And the number that I see... Oop, I just pressed out of this. The number that I see is 333. So 333 will be our last intermission question, as we're almost ready here for the start of the second period. 333. What movie do you consider a hidden gem? So, like, I guess like an underrated movie. What's the most underrated movie in your opinion? We'll have that be the question. That's a difficult one for me because like I don't really watch movies. Those who know me, they know that I don't really watch movies. It's never really been my thing. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, like I really don't even have an answer. If you guys want to give an answer, your hockey number's 55. That's nice. That's sick, bro. My hockey number was 45. It was in honor of my dad's number. My dad's police number. The gods must be crazy. I'm looking it up. It came up, 1980 film. Underrated comedy. Oh my god, this looks interesting. Wow, that does look interesting. Maybe I'll have to watch that at some point. But yeah, I've never heard of that movie, so I guess it is considered a hidden gem. If it's really good. Yeah, I really don't know. Like I watch a lot of the popular movies. That's about it though. Like I'm not really into much of anything else, to be honest with you. Okay. All right, let's get ready for the start of the second period here from Rogers Center in Vancouver as the Canucks and the Bruins are heading into period number 2 with a 1-0 Boston lead to start off this second period. Massive stoner movie premise with the cinematography and production version serious. Play for Boston advantage. Helicopters. Never heard of any of those. First period recap is only Fraser Mitten who scored the only goal in that first period. Shots are 6-5 through 20 minutes of play as we get ready for the middle frame here in Vancouver as all the Boston players come out of the lineup. And Fraser Mitten, born in Vancouver, 7 goals, 9 assists this season. It's been a slow rise in production. Fraser Mitten does have a lot of optimism here overall in terms of his stats. He may not be a defining player like we might think he is, but still has put up some good numbers here in his campaign as we get ready for the start of the second period here from Vancouver. In just a moment, as all the players and stuff are coming out onto the ice, the referees are talking, and we will see what goes on here. Only one other game going on in the NHL currently. I believe if it's still happening, it's Minnesota and the Los Angeles Kings. And that game is in the third period. Tied 2-2. It's Quinn Hughes. In that one, of course. Alrighty, let's get ready for the start here tonight. I feel my voice kind of starting to come away from me here. It feels a little bit congested or something. I really don't know what's happening in my voice right now, but anyway. All right. The second period between the Boston Bruins and the Vancouver Canucks live from Vancouver is officially underway. Face-off is won by the Canucks. Hronek banks it off the boards here. Puck will go all the way back into the Boston zone. See ya, Plot Gang. Thank you for joining the stream, man. I appreciate it. Hope we see you in another one. Zeev Boyum now on the right side, battling with the puck. Kuznetsov tried to throw it to center. Stolen back then by Vancouver. Here they come the other way. DeBrus down the right side. Shoots it just wide of the Bruin net. Down low here in the corners. Zadorov battling forward. DeBrus pass in front. And they couldn't get it free. Now Hronek here on the right side. Hronek gets it back. Dropped over then. Boyum down low. At the point, Hronek gets it right back. Fires it. Tipped in front. They score! Elias Pettersson, the forward that is. And the Canucks have tied it. And something must have happened to where they were talking to the referee. This goal could come back or something, but regardless of that, Elias Pettersson, with his 10th goal of the season, a deflection at that makes it a 1-1 hockey game here. And it looks like it deflects off of his skate and into the net. Less than a minute in here, there was a stick in front of the net. I'm really not sure who that stick is, but Elias Pettersson. Puck deflects off his stick and into the net, and that will tie up the hockey game. Here at center ice, Bruins trying to move it through the zone. Here's Steves looking to deke that one around. Sasson steals it back then for Vancouver. Max Sasson down the right side will bank that one off the boards. Puck goes off and over then for Lindholm. Hampus Lindholm into the zone to the point. Asperot, a shot save. Rebound is kicked away there and now played back to the right side. Besser to center. Evander Kane will try and tip that one out. Asperov trying to backhand that one down low. And puck in the Boston zone. Bruins move it back the other way. Lindholm clears it down low, or at least tries to. Puck comes back out to center, and the faceoff is blown dead for an offsides. Love competitive hockey. These Bears are hungry and could break for that lead real quick. Yeah, we'll see, man. Shots are 7-6. I got 6-7 here on my screen. Enjoy this rare occasion. It's only happened a couple times before, but it is something funny that I like to show. Anyway, face-off here in the Boston zone, won by the Bruins. Taking it back the other way, Lowry now into the zone. Pass back then on the right side, a shot goes wide of Lankinen and up and out of play. Not a lot of shots here in this second period. It's been a ton of just back and forth action here overall. But Elias Pettersson, assisted by Hronek and Carlson, makes it a 1-1 hockey game. Face-off here in the Vancouver zone, won by the Canucks, who will clear all the way down the other way. Racing forward is Sherwood. He cannot beat Lowry, and it'll be an icing. In terms of watch with Nordic stats, that is Elias Pettersson's second goal in a commentary stream. Again, the Canucks, a lot of the time when we stream Vancouver, they typically don't score a lot. So there's not a lot of points to be had. Their best scorer when we live stream them is Kiefer Sherwood, who has 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. Here he has the puck down the right side, fires it, blocked there off of Lowry's skate. Now Zacha plays it forward then for Arvidsson. Arvidsson dekes around, what a move, poke checked away there. And picked back up then by Myers. That would have been a nice play if he could have converted on that. Tried to backhand that one out to center, and Bruins brought it back into the zone. It's offsides. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. It'd be very much so appreciated. Tied 1-1 here in the second period. Face-off is won by the Bruins. On the right side now, Izemont battling for the puck. Zadorov clears it down low. Corrali battling for it in the corner. Kastelik to Corrali. In the corner. Kastelik looks, moves to the front. Shot saved by Lankinen. Down low now with the puck here. Carlson trying to move it past the center. And Corrali cannot shoot that puck. Now Zadorov banks it off the boards here. Now all the way back into the Vancouver zone. Boyum through center. Tipped all the way into the Boston zone. Now battling for it down low here in the corner. Back behind the net then Zadorov battling for it with Kampf. Thrown around now behind the net. Willander fires that one wide. And banked off the boards. Vancouver trying to keep that one in. We got a hand up in the air here and a penalty coming up here against the Bruins. And the Canucks will get their first full power play of the game as Nikita Zadorov will head to the box. Shots are 8-6 in favor of the Bruins. And Vancouver will get a chance to set up here on a power play. And we'll see what work they can get done here with this one. Canucks power play again, shooting at a 20% average, which is actually pretty good when you look at it in the grand scheme of things. Face off here in the Boston zone. Canucks win the draw. Willander to Sherwood. Sherwood down below the hash marks. Besser now to Pettersson. Pettersson, what a move. Dekes around Kuznetsov, fed in front then for Besser, who throws it back up to the line. Willander to Sherwood, a shot. It's blocked. Pettersson gets it back. Willander to Pettersson. Down low to Brusque. Back to Pettersson. Willander. Pettersson over Sherwood, a shot. In the crease. They jab at that puck. It goes down low. Vancouver keeps it in. Willander to the right side to Sherwood. Intercepted there. Peak will take it and shoot it out to center ice. Canucks with some nice pressure. Pettersson will dump it down low. DeBrusque to Sherwood now in the corner. Kiefer Sherwood to Pettersson. Pettersson down low to DeBrusque. DeBrusque to Pettersson. A shot. Goes above Swayman and down low here into the corner. Sherwood now battling for it with Zadorov. Behind the net. Jabbing at that puck is Besser. Slides out to center. Boston gets it and clears it all the way down the other way. Halfway through the Vancouver power play. Tom Willander behind the net now will move it through center. Carlson to Hronek. He'll gain the zone. Cleared back down low behind the net. Carlson steals it back. Fed back to the right side. At the point now, Boyum. Kane down low. Pass in front of backhand. Goes wide of Swayman. Now Corrali battling for it down low. Chance here for Kane. He fans on the puck. Kept in by the Canucks. Hronek to the right side. Boyum to Kane. A shot. Saved by Swayman. Now behind the net, Corrali steals it right back and clears it all the way down the other way. And that will likely do it here for the Canucks power play. 5 seconds to go. A good one nonetheless. I thought they did a good job of moving the puck around. Here's Ratty. Moves to center. Fires it gloved by Swayman. As the clock runs down there on that power play. 14:41 left to go here in the second period. And Vancouver has tied up the game. Pettersson with his 10th goal of the season. Looking at Jake DeBrusque here, who was with the Boston Bruins for the majority of his NHL career. Signed with Vancouver last offseason. Or I guess 2 years ago now at this point. Crazy that was 2 years ago. Here's David Pastrnak. Banked off the boards and backhanded all the way down into the Vancouver zone. Cleared around now to the right side. Here through center. Vancouver trying to move it the other way. Boston steals it back. Pastrnak into the zone all alone. Drop back to Minnin. A shot. Saved by Lankinen. He didn't know where it was. So he just laid straight down on the ground. But what a stop by Lankinen there on the hometown kid, Fraser Mitten, who made the save. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as it brings more people in here. I would greatly appreciate it, of course. We are grinding here. I understand sometimes these live streams, they may not attract a lot of people, which is okay. But you got to build up the fan bases for every team. The more streams you do, the more people will come. Even if sometimes they don't do as well, but that's okay. Here's David Koff now versus Mitten. They will kick Koff out. Now Sherwood will come in to take the draw. Shots are 9 apiece here in the second period. Not a ton of shots. Face-off won by Boston. Pastrnak tries shooting it on net. Broken up then by Lindholm. Cleared around now behind the net. Pastrnak down low. Fed to center. Stolen back then by the Canucks. Here to center. Vancouver trying to take it back the other way. And Morgan Geekie will bring it back into his own zone. Now Asparot banks it off the boards. Here comes Mitten. Mitten down the right side. Shoots it. Save there by Lankinen. On the right side now, Hronek will throw it out to center. Boston gets it back. Asparot to Lindholm. To center then for Geekie, who tried to get that puck. Banked off a Vancouver stick and all the way back down to the Boston zone with 13:30 left to go. Zadorov. Pass then to Zacha. He can't get that fully on his stick. Now battling for it down low in the corner. Vancouver trying to get it back. Brock Besser through the center, and we will get a penalty here against the Canucks. And some pushing and shoving here at center ice. And the Boston Bruins will get their second power play of the game. And it looks like it's going to be Max Sasson who will go to the box. And we'll get a Bruins power play here in just a moment. Bruins are technically 1 for 2 here on the power play in the first period. And they will get a power play here in the second right after this. All right, guys, I'm going to go get some waters really quick. I will be right back in just a moment. All right. I have returned. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Means a lot to me. We will be live tomorrow for the World Junior semifinals. All right. Boston power play coming up. It's Max Sasson who's in the box for cross-checking on Casey Mittelstadt. And the Bruins will head to the power play. Face-off here in the Vancouver end, won by the Bruins. Pastrnak on the right side to center. Lindholm to McAvoy. Shoots it. Goes just wide of the net. Now picking that one up on the right side is Kampf. Stolen back then by Zacha. Zacha over then for Pastrnak. Banking it back down low. Pastrnak moves up to the hash marks. Throws it in front. And stolen back by the Canucks, who will clear out to center. David Pastrnak. Back then for McAvoy. McAvoy into the zone then for Lindholm, who will dump that one down low. David Pastrnak to the point to McAvoy. McAvoy to Pasta. Pass in front, deflected. They score! Elias Lindholm in front. I believe picked that up with his skate or a stick. Regardless of that, it's 2-1 Boston. And another power play goal. And we'll see the replay here, but nice movement from David Pastrnak. Again, getting the Canucks moving here. It looks like it deflected off a Lindholm stick. It might have deflected off of Pettersson. So it may not even be Lindholm's goal. It could be Pasternak's. NHL.com is crediting David Pastrnak, it looks like. So it could be Pastrnak from McAvoy and Geeky. And it's 2-1 Boston. Hronek now with the puck as we resume to 5v5. 12:20 left to go here in the second period. Boston leads 2-1. Lindholm cleared it around now off the boards. Boston to center. Mittelstadt. We'll try and send one there into the Vancouver zone. Stolen back there by the Canucks. Here they come the other way into the zone. A shot. Denied there by Swayman. Lindholm to Mittelstadt. Casey Mittelstadt through the zone. Now Arvidsson will dump that one ahead. Now battling for it down low in the corner. Hronek off the boards. Steve Boyum. Back for Philip Hronek. Approaching the halfway mark here in this game and in the second period. The Bruins lead 2-1. Shots are 10-10 even here apiece as Vancouver holds it here in their own zone looking for options. Besser back to Sasson. Sasson dumps it down low. Peak banks it off the boards. Battling here in the corner now. Besser will clear it around behind the net. Picked back up then by Mark Kastelik. Kastelik down the right side, banks it here into the Vancouver zone. In the corner, Pettersson trying to get that puck ahead, that being the defenseman. Now Brock Besser up for Evander Kane. Kane into the zone, banks it off the boards. Nobody is there. Boston takes it back the other way. With speed, Izemont shoots it. Saved by Lankinen, who covers up the rebound as well. And good offensive zone play there by the Bruins, even in their own zone as well. And again, it looks like an even game, but I think Boston's been by far the better team here in this one. So they do end up crediting the goal to Elias Lindholm. It'll be from Pastrnak and McAvoy, making it a 2-1 lead here for the Bruins in the second period. 10:47 left to go. Shots are 10-10 apiece. Face-off here won by Vancouver. Cleared out to center. Canucks race for that puck. Ogren to center then for Höglander, who backhanded that one off the back of the net. Now down low in the corner. Höglander moves to center, battling for it in the crease. Puck slides back down low. Geekie in the Boston zone. Battling for it now down low. Ogren trying to get that one there. Stolen back by Zadorov, who will backhand that one out of play. And Vancouver, it looks like wants a penalty as Zadorov gives his former teammate Höglander a hug, it looks like. And we get some more pushing and shoving. I wonder if that was a delay of game. I really couldn't tell if he might have deflected that one all the way out. So this could be a penalty. It looks like it will be. So Vancouver will get a chance to tie the game up here at 2 on the power play. It'll be Vancouver's third power play overall, second full one of the game. And a huge chance here for them to tie this game up. And again, you may not get other opportunities like this, so you better take advantage, that's for sure. All right. Huge power play here for the Canucks. 10:15 to go in the second. It'll be Besser versus Kastelik. Face-off won by the Canucks. DeBrusk to Sherwood. Sherwood down low to Besser. Besser to Sherwood. Back to Willander. A shot saved by Swayman. Rebounds there. Boston gets it and clears it away. Halfway through the second period. Shots have been dead even here through the majority of this. No team has really run away with it. Besser breaks it into the zone. Pass to Sherwood on the right side. Gets tied up there by Lindholm. Willander to DeBrusk. Back to Willander. Down low Sherwood. To Elias Pettersson, who has the only goal for Vancouver here tonight. DeBrusk to Petey. DeBrusk moves to center. Saved by Swayman. Rebounds there. And it was under Swayman. Lindholm pushed it under some more. And the whistle is blown. Jake DeBrusk trying to score against his former team. And it did not go the way that he obviously wanted it to. And I guess he's fine with that, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that puck was loose behind Swayman, and Hampus Lindholm says, here, I'll help you out, and tucked that below him a little bit more. Face-off coming here in the Bruins zone once again. 1:11 to go on the power play. Face-off won by the Bruins. Canucks will get it right back. Besser battling for it now with Pettersson. Back to Willander. Willander to Pettersson. Pettersson looks for options. To the point, Willander. Willander to Pettersson. Pettersson down low to Bruss. Pass in front. Deflected. Back down low. Sherwood steals it back. Now McAvoy will take that puck and clear. Now Lankinen plays it back here for Willander. 35 seconds to go on the power play. Hronek to center. As O'Connor tried to get a shot on there, it was cleared away by the Bruins, kept in by Vancouver. Hronek to Zeev Boyum. Boyum to Hronek. Down low to Kane. Kane to Hronek, a shot. And it goes out of play. At least they get that face-off in the Boston zone. On the bright side, of course, thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. Face-off won by the Bruins. They will clear all the way down the other way. And that should pretty much do it here for the Vancouver power play. As time ticks down, they'll make one last push. Hronek through the zone. Puck slides in on Swayman. He will cover with 1 second left. So I think it's safe to say that, yeah, no, this is pretty much wraps. Shots are 14-11. As Vancouver starting to get some more pressure here on Jeremy Swayman. Again, it's been a very back and forth-esque game. There's been chances for both sides, but a lot of neutral zone hockey, a lot of just that type of play here. Face-off in the Boston zone, won by the Canucks. Pettersson shoots it, save, rebounds in front, and dished away there. Power play is officially over. Now Fraser Minton through center. Minton shoots it, saved by Lankinen. And down low now, Marcus Pettersson. Banks that one off the boards. Kept in then by Lindholm. Lindholm clears it down low, then Minton. Trying to pick it up there, battling alongside Pettersson. Banked out to center. And the Bruins will regroup. Here's David Pastrnak. Into the zone. Twist around. Pettersson could not get a shot on. Now down low behind the net, Ratty. To Myers. 7.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Bruins lead 2-1. Charlie McAvoy. To the right side then, the Kuznetsov. The net came off as Lohrei and Ratty were going at it. And we got a stoppage. $15-12 left to go here in the second period. Boston and Vancouver, 2-1 Boston. Elias Lindholm scores his first Watch with Nordic commentary goal. So fun little tidbit there to follow, of course. We obviously keep track of all the stats here with all our commentary streams. For those who are curious, this is commentary stream number 133 or 34, sorry. So we are moving up the ranks. We've done nearly 100 already this season, which is crazy to think. We did 80 last year. And we're basically almost there already. Which I can't really get over. It's kind of insane the amount of ones we've done. But I'm grateful for all the support, guys. I could not do it without you guys. It's a lot of fun. Computer's at low battery, so plugging this beach in. All right, back here from commercial break. All right. Face off here in the Boston zone, won by the Canucks. They'll dump it down low. Bruins trying to steal it back. Canucks keep it in. DeBrusk, shot. Goes off of Swayman and all the way around behind the net. Bruins will try and dump that one out. Now battling forward here behind the Boston net. McAvoy picks it up. 7 minutes to go. Into the zone now. Lindholm to Pastrnak. Banked off the boards there. Then here's Kiefer Sherwood taking it back the other way. Sherwood down the right side. Moves it around McAvoy. And a chance there for O'Connor is broken away and cleared all the way down into the Vancouver zone. Hronek intercepted then by Pastrnak. Pastrnak to center. Zacha, chance for Middlestad, who could not get the shot on. And 6:30 to go here in this second period. Lindholm shoots it, gloved by Lankinen, who stops his 13th shot of the game. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. We will be live for the World Junior semifinals tomorrow. You will not want to miss that. We will not do a NHL-related stream till likely Wednesday or Thursday. I haven't decided yet. Chances are we could be doing the Boston Bruins here again very soon. Here's Lindholm. Fires it on net. And that one deflects away. Now Kane clears out to center. Here come the Canucks the other way. Sasson breaks it into the zone. Pass to center. And Besser could not get there in time. Bruins get it back. Pavel Zacha. On the right side then now. Banked off the boards. Arvidsson trying to play it down low. He does so successfully. Here's Middlestad. A chance. Save. Rebounds there. And it's cleared away. Here's Brock Besser. Down the right side, will clear that one into the Boston zone. Asperot then down low for Middlestad. Middlestad then for Zacha. Zacha to center. And Arvidsson could not catch that pass. It's an icing. Chances for both sides. Shots are 15-13 here with 5.5 minutes to go in this second period. Face off in the Bruins zone. Zacha here against Pettersson. Canucks win the draw. Cleared around now behind the net. Down low now battling for the puck is Middlestad. Lindholm tried to clear to center. Pettersson will slide it all the way back out of the zone. Now Willander. To the right side then. Played back over then for Willander, who will try to dump it into the zone. Stolen back then by the Bruins. Bruins bring it into the zone. Kastelik down low here in the corner. Willander battling for it. A high stick to Linus Karlsson. And that will be a penalty. Sean Kuraly trying to plead his case. And there is blood. That will be a double minor. If I saw it correctly, there was some red blood coming out of Linus Karlsson's face. And it looks like Sean Kuraly will head to the box. It could be a double minor. And it looks like it'll just be 2 minutes, so I apologize for that overreaction. I thought there was blood on the play. I might have just saw it wrong with how fast everything was going. I apologize, but regardless of whether it's a 2 or a 4, it's still a power play for Vancouver. It will come after this commercial break. And another chance for the Canucks to tie the game. Yeah, it's ketchup. I like that. I like that affirmation, JJ. It's ketchup. All right. 5:06 remaining here in the second period. Just in an ad break. Super quick. Looking at the goaltender stats here, you see Jeremy Swayman, 14 saves on 15 shots, a .933 save percentage. Kevin Lankinen, 11 saves on 13 shots, has a .846 save percentage. When you look at these two goaltenders in Watch with Nordic Streams, both of them have played more games than most other goalies, but they have both really bad stats collectively. You look at Jeremy Swayman, .888 save percentage in 5 live commentary streams, and Kevin Lankinen, .887 in 5 live commentary streams too. Keep in mind, Lankinen has a shutout in his Watch with Nordic career, and it came against the Bruins. Anyway, Vancouver power play here. Faceoff starts with Boston clearing it out of the zone. Canucks will regroup here in their own end. Willander drops it back. Through the zone now, Brock Besser to Pettersson. Besser to Sherwood. Pettersson in front, tipped wide of the net. Good backdoor play there, just did not connect. Sherwood at the point now, Willander. To the right side then to Elias Pettersson. Pettersson to Willander. Over to Sherwood, a shot blocked. They keep it in the zone. Pettersson on the right circle. Willander at the point. Pettersson moves below the goal line. To Willander, a shot. That one goes way wide. Sherwood back to Willander. Down low now, Pettersson. Pass in front, blocked. Petey gets it back. Willander. Back to Pettersson. Willander, a shot. Save. Rebound is there. How did DeBrusk miss that? Oh, my goodness. Pettersson fires it. Pad save by Swayman. And Zadorov will clear. I have no clue how Jake DeBrusk missed that rebound. It was wide open for the taking. Kevin Lankinen will be your goalie in Winter Olympics. Yeah, man, good luck. Good luck, bro. 25 seconds to go here on the Vancouver power play. 3.5 minutes to go in the second period. Karlsson dumps it down low. O'Connor trying to bank that one off the boards. Karlsson battling for it here down low. Bruins will clear it all the way down the other way with 10 seconds to go. And another unsuccessful Vancouver power play. Ratty to the right side then for Evander Kane, who will clear that one down low. Stolen back then by Asperat. And played back out to center. Canucks get it right back. Ratu over then for Ogren, who moves in, but he goes offsides. You guys need luck? Yeah, for sure. It really sucks not having, what's-his-face, Barkov. Because he likely won't be there. All right, let's see this play. How did he miss that? Oh, my gosh. Jake DeBrusk, come on. I think Swayman would have caught that with his pad, but regardless, Jesus. Beat the USA and youngsters, as you guys call them. I'll be live streaming Finland tomorrow in Finland versus Sweden for the semifinal game. So, hey, JJ, if you're awake, if you want to tune into that stream, it might be at like 3 a.m. But if you're awake, Canucks with the puck. Played back to center. Lowry will clear to center ice. Hey, love to hear that. It'll be like 4:30 my time. I don't know what time that will be for you. Cleared into the zone now, racing for it. Down low and battling for that puck is Ogren. Bruins will get it back. Here's Fraser Mitten. Mitten through the zone. Geeky shoots it. Puck goes down low here into the corner. Shots are 17-13. Pastrnak intercepted. Canucks will move it back the other way. Into the zone, Höglander. Höglander drops it back. Ogren shoots it. Saved by Swayman, who catches it with his pad. And that actually got through all of the traffic in front. You'll try? Yeah, man, that'll be like pretty early for you. So I really wouldn't be mad if you didn't make it, but obviously if you did, I would give you a shout out, of course. Shots are 18-13 Vancouver. In this second period, Canucks have started to run away in the shooting department here a little bit. Again, of course, having some power plays. So it is fair, got to stay up late. Yeah, that's doable. Face off here, won by the Canucks. Hronek to Buyam. Buyam at the point. Clear down low then for Besser, who could not keep that on his stick. Now down low, McAvoy. In the corner off the boards for Besser. Besser sends it down low. Sherwood battling forward. He gets knocked down by Zadorov. And Zadorov will try and clear. It's kept in by the Canucks. A shot gloved by Swayman on Max Sasson. And Jeremy Swayman, who has played unbelievable here in this second period, has stopped all but one shot. 18 saves on 19 shots, a respectable .947 save percentage. I can affirm you right now that would really help his overall save percentage here game by game. He's had some not pretty games when I've commentated him. Face off down low here in the Boston zone, battling for it in the corner. Bruins will steal it back, and a penalty here against the Bruins again. As Linus Karlsson was interfered with in the corner, and Vancouver will get another chance to tie up the game here on the power play. It's Hampus Lindholm who will head to the box. This power play will carry over into the third period if there's no goals scored, as there is a minute 24 to go here in the second. Those who have watched commentary streams here for a while, you will know that I'm not really in favor of power plays that carry over into periods. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Most of the time for me, it's not. But here we go. A Vancouver power play for the fifth time tonight. They're 0 for 4 with 11 shots. At the point, Buyam to Hronek. Pass in front. They score! Linus Karlsson, who drew the penalty, ties the game. And that power play did not take long on their 20th shot. It's Linus Karlsson who drew the penalty himself, and they tie the game. And this game here, folks, just got very, very interesting. Linus Karlsson. Or it might have been Hronek. As the stick deflected in front, it was Karlsson who celebrated. So it was either Karlsson or Hronek. They showed Hronek on the screen. But Vancouver has tied the game. Face-off here now at center ice is won by the Bruins. Cleared back into the Boston zone. Down low, Lindholm will clear all the way down the other way. Last minute of play in the second period as whistle is blown dead here for an icing. Goal is still not showed up on my screen here yet. Trying to see it for myself. Still has not showed up yet. 3 goals in this second period. Pettersson taking the draw here now against Fraser Mitten. Face-off won by Vancouver. Hronek shoots it, saved by Swayman. Bruins will clear all the way down the other way. Canucks pick it up in their own zone. Pastrnak battling for it now with Kuznetsov. Slid back to the right side. Mitten down low to Pasta. 40 seconds left. Pettersson will play it out to center. Besser nearly got sent on a 1-on-0 breakaway. Bruins take it back in their own zone. 30 seconds to go. It looks like the goal is credited to Filip Hronek, assisted by Zeev Boyum. So it looks like it deflected off of a Boston Bruin or something. But regardless of that, Vancouver's tied up the game. It was hard to tell from that backdoor play in front. I thought it was Carlson because he drew the penalty. But regardless, it's a 2-2 game at the end of 40 minutes of play as the clock winds down. And that will do it for the second period. 3 goals scored in that middle frame, 2 of them from Vancouver, and they have tied the game here at 2 apiece, heading into a very crucial period number 3 here in just a little bit. But that being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back for the start of the third period momentarily. All right, that being said, guys, I am going to go use the bathroom really quick. I will be right back. We'll do some intermission questions. Drop me some numbers between 1 and 1,000. I have ChatGPT created me 1,000 intermission questions. So drop numbers between 1 and 1,000, and we'll ask some questions here and have some discussions when I get back. I'll be right back. All right, I have returned. So let me update the Watch with Nordic score sheet here. Give me some intermission questions in the chat. Number 88. All right, 88, Eric Lindros. That's a good question. All right, number 88. The question is, what's a show that surprised you by how good it was? That's a good one. A show that really surprised me. Like, I really went into it with the expectations of, like, I heard of it on TikTok. I saw it on TikTok. And I'm like, I really don't know if I'm going to like this show. It was Dexter. I really like Dexter. I thought that was a great show. I don't think it's as great as people glaze it out to be. Like, it's overly glazed on TikTok, and I know, again, like, some of you guys maybe don't even have TikTok, but, like, I will admit, like, my personality, some of it comes from TikTok, but, like, I thought it was a really good show, even though it did come from TikTok. It's not as good as people, like, glaze it out to be, but it's still a good show overall. So, Dexter's probably one that I'm really into. Give me some other questions. Give me some other numbers as I update the Watch with Nordic score sheet here. Filip Hronek, 2 points in that period. Did I watch all of the series? I got up to the beginning of season 9, and then they took it off of Netflix. And I was really pissed off about that. I couldn't finish the show. I was really upset. I couldn't finish it. So, but I got through most of it. Like, I got through to the end of season 8. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but, like, it was a really good show. I enjoyed it. I don't know about the end. I've heard the ending is terrible, but I've never watched any of New Blood or Resurrection, even though it all looks pretty good. I don't have the. It's on Paramount, and like I already have a million streaming services as it is. I'm not getting another streaming service. As good as the show was, like I can't. Unless if I get rid of another one. I'm in the middle of watching. I'm on the tail end of Shameless. I was watching Prison Break, but now that's getting taken off of Netflix too, so I'm pissed off about that. I did want to watch that new It Welcome to Derry because I actually enjoyed those movies a lot, and I've heard the show's really good. But again, during the regular season, I never really have time to sit down and watch a show in full length. Do I live in the USA? Yes, I do. It's no longer on Netflix in the US. All right, give me some other numbers, guys. Give me some other questions that I can ask and answer. I watched The Office in the summer, had a blast. Yeah, The Office is funny. I'm not into it as much as other people are, but it's still a good show. All right, Zeev Boyum with his first Canucks point in a live commentary stream. Not his first point overall, though. He's had points before. All right. Done with my intermission or my Watch with Nordic all time score sheet. So now we just get ready for the start of the third period. All right. I'll pick a number since you guys don't want to give me any. I will pick numero 427. All right. 427. What's your favorite breakfast item? All right, I feel like we've asked this question before. Favorite breakfast item? I love me a good bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel. Goated. Never been into cereal. Never been into any of that stuff. I like pancakes. I like waffles. Those are good ones too. But I love a good breakfast sandwich. Even a good pork roll sandwich is great too. Thank you all for tuning in. Like the stream if you're new. Subscribe. Question is, what's your favorite breakfast item? All right, I gotta blow my nose. All right. Sorry about that. Get ready here for the third period in a moment. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much. Showing off the Olympics. Showing off the World Juniors. So we will be live tomorrow for Sweden and Finland at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by Canada versus Czechia at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the World Junior semifinals. Then we will be live on Monday for the World Junior bronze and gold medal games as well here on this YouTube channel. So look forward to that. Finland, Canada for the finals. Yeah. I remember back in 2022 when they went to the finals and there was that save at the goal line where Finland nearly won the World Juniors. Man, guys were so close. Was kind of hoping for the sake of you guys that you'd win it, but just wasn't meant to be, sadly. All right, just hit midnight here on the East Coast. Got about 3 minutes till the start of the third period from Vancouver as we are tied at 2 apiece. And it's set to be a very interesting third period here coming up. Shots are 21-13. You look at the goaltending stats here for both sides. You have Jeremy Swayman, 905 save percentage. Kevin Lankinen, 846. And an 846 would really not help Kevin Lankinen's overall numbers. He's had some really bad games, especially over those last couple. 818 save percentage, 882 save percentage, 833 save percentage. He's had some not pretty games there in his Watch with Nordic stat lines for sure, and this one would add to another pretty bad one. So hopefully he can improve that one here a little bit. Like in the ranks 50th amongst 74 Watch with Nordic goaltenders. In terms of his save percentage, Jeremy Swayman, 48th. For those who are wondering. So both of them on the lower average end of things. You guys know that we keep track of all the Watch with Nordic stats here on the YouTube channel. So, of course, you guys know that we enjoy doing that, and I love bringing up the stats on the streams. And we are ready to get started here with the third period in just a moment. Again, these two teams already played once this season in Boston back in December, where the Canucks had the 5-4 shootout win. All right. Almost ready for the start of the second. Or third. Third period, guys. All right, back here from commercial break. Let's get ready for the start of the third period here between the Boston Bruins and the Vancouver Canucks. We are tied at 2 at the end of 40 minutes of play. Second period recap. Goals were scored by Elias Pettersson, Elias Lindholm, and Filip Hronek, who had the 3 goals there in that second period. Hronek with 2 points so far tonight, goal and an assist. You look at the overall stats here through 40 minutes of play. Shots are 21-13 Vancouver. Face-off percentage is in favor of Boston, 61.5%. Power plays, Boston 2 for 3, Vancouver 1 for 5. Hits are 22-10 in favor of the Canucks. Block shots are 7-6 in favor of Boston. Sorry, I just had a brain fart there. Giveaways are 10-9 in favor of the Bruins, and takeaways are 5-2 in favor of Vancouver as we get ready for the start here of the third and possibly final period of play for tonight's game. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. Brings more people into this wonderful commentary stream. And we'll get ready for face-off here in just a moment. Charlie McAvoy wearing the full cage. Forgot to mention that earlier. All right, the third period between the Boston Bruins and the Vancouver Canucks tied 2-2. We'll see who gets the win here. All right, Bruins versus Canucks. And we are underway. Face-off is cleared back to the penalty box and now dumped into the zone now by Vancouver. Zadorov down low past the center. Zacha will feed Arvidsson, who will try and play it the other way. Through to center now, Middlestat. Battling for it on the right side, thrown around now behind the net. And we got a penalty here to start off, and it's against the Bruins again. For the 6th time tonight, Boston goes to the penalty box, and Vancouver will head to the power play. It's pretty clear who the refs may be in favor of here, but Pavel Zacha, interference call on Max Sasson, and Vancouver will go to the power play again. Boston's got to stay disciplined. Even if some of these calls are soft, you can't go to the penalty box that many times and expect to win. Willander, down low now to Pettersson. Pettersson intercepted then by Corrali, who will clear down the other way. Vancouver steals it back. Willander circles the puck around. Tom Willander drops it back. Besser through the zone now. Pettersson to DeBrusk. DeBrusk cleared up to the point. Willander tips it away then for Pettersson on the right side. At the point now, Willander to Besser. Back to Pettersson. Willander to Sherwood. Besser a shot saved by Swayman. Tipped away and goes out of play. So good movement here by Vancouver. Swayman tipped that one with a stick, and it went out of play. So Jeremy Swayman's done a good job at stopping Vancouver's offense tonight. Of course, there's been a lot of power play opportunities for them. Face-off coming here again in the Boston zone, won by the Bruins. 1:10 to go on the power play. Peak off the boards then for Mitten, who will clear all the way down the other way. Lankinen gives it back for Kane, who gives it up then for Boyum. Zeev Boyum. Pass to the right side. Kane moves it into the zone now. Down low. Behind that at O'Connor. To the point to Hronek. Hronek shoots it, and it goes up in the air behind the net. Kane trying to poke check that puck away. Minnan will get it and backhand it down the other way. Filip Hronek takes it back behind the Vancouver net. 30 seconds to go. Kane tried to send a pass over. It was blocked. And it comes back to center. Buyum with 20 seconds to kill. Kane on the right side to Buyum now down low. Throws it around behind the net. Kastelik trying to steal that one back. Now Zadorov will steal it back and clear out to center ice. McAvoy, shorthanded, brings it into the zone, loses the puck, and now Myers takes it the other way. Here's a chance for Kampf. Kampf into the zone, skates back around, and tied up now on the right side. That will do it for the power play. LA beat Minnesota 5-4. Nice. So another penalty killed off there for the Bruins. They're 1 for 6. Or I guess 5 for 6. Battling forward here in the corner. 17 minutes to go in the third period. 2-2 is the score. Lohrei will break out to center. Peak. Trying to clear it into the zone. He'll do so successfully. Vancouver gets it back. David Kampf. To the right side then. Höglander moves it into the zone. Loses the puck. And the Bruins will get it out. Canucks will regroup here in their own end as time continues to wind down. Elias Pettersson, the defenseman, will take that one into the zone. Sasson to center. Blocked in front there. Besser with a huge chance. Now the Bruins take it back the other way. Backhanded off the boards. Vancouver steals it right back. Sasson to the right side. Canucks bring it into the zone. Broken up. And now the Bruins will take it back the other way. Steves dumps it into the zone. Lankinen out of his net to play the puck. Hronek now will take it back and regroup in his own end. Score is 2-2 here in the third. DeBrusk into the zone. Shoots it. Saved by Swayman. Again, Jeremy Swayman has played phenomenal here overall. Has stopped a lot of the shots that has been thrown his way, all but two. And the two of them have been kind of fluky plays as well. But regardless of that, Vancouver definitely deserving to win this game. They've been the better team here by far. Face off in the Boston zone. Won by the Canucks. Pettersson then down low. Carlson. Over then for Buyum, who got a shot on, and that one went wide. Down low in the corner now, Lindholm. Lindholm battling for it with Pettersson. Behind the net then, McAvoy battling for it. He'll kick that one around. DeBrusk tries to throw it in front for Swayman. Swayman will glove that one up and cover. And we'll get some pushing and shoving here in front. As again, these two teams have been contesting each other here for a while. And sometimes those tensions do tend to boil over, of course. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new, of course. We are trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by June of 2026. We are a little under 900 away. So every sub is greatly appreciated. We make daily content here on the channel as well. On the right side now, Kuznetsov trying to break it out the other way. He'll wrap it around now, stolen back by Vancouver. Now Sherwood with the puck. Dumps it here into the Boston zone. Racing forward is Asperot to Swayman. Asperot backhands it all the way down into the Vancouver zone. Canucks will get it here in their own end. Hronek shoots it around. Bruins steal it back. It's offsides, though. Canucks will take advantage. Here's O'Connor deking through the zone. Too slow to get in. And now battling for it down low is Sherwood with Lindholm to the point now. Myers a shot. And it's gloved by Swayman. Boston without a shot here in this second period. Here in this third period. It's 3-0 in favor of Vancouver. Obviously, a lot of 5-on-4 hockey does not help with that. Myers at the point, fires it, and it goes wide of Swayman. Now on the right side, Arvidsson will clear. Bruins really struggling to get offensive zone time. Zacha dumps it here into the Vancouver end. Höglander to Myers. Myers then for Ratty. A shot gloved by Swayman once again. He makes his 23rd save. Jeremy Swayman's been great here tonight. Especially when he's needed to be, for sure. And again, Jeremy Swayman, 24 saves on 26 shots. Giving him a respectable .923 save percentage. That could really help out his overall watch with Nordic stats. But the pressure just keeps coming. Again, Vancouver's really not giving Boston anything. The Bruins are finding themselves just playing dump and chase hockey. They're being hemmed in the Boston zone, but sometimes, a goaltender stays away from a lot of those shots, like Kevin Lankinen. Makes him a little bit rusty. David Kampf in front, nearly got a chance there. Here come the Bruins the other way. Morgan Geekie with speed. Will clear that one around behind the Vancouver net. Lindholm looks, fires it, saved by Lankinen if that even got on. Rebound down low in the corner. Geekie, pass in front, tipped away, and Besser will try and get it out. He'll just dump it down low, and Vancouver will regroup. Pettersson to the right side. Puck will slide back out to center. Charlie McAvoy brings it into the zone. We'll bank that one around now behind the net to Geekie. Up to the point, a shot. Goes back down low now to the corner. Pastrnak battling for it on the right side. Stolen back then by Vancouver. Kane to Besser, who banks that one into the zone now. Aspera battling for the puck behind the net now. Mitten picks it up to Pastrnak. Intercepted at the Boston line. Here comes Mitten now into the zone. Mitten over to Pastrnak. Can't get the shot on. He'll loop around. Feeds it up to the point. Nobody is there. And it's cleared down the other way. Oh my goodness. Pastrnak tried to play it back to the right side. Intercepted then by the Canucks. Here they come either way. It's Carlson into the zone. A backhand. Saved by Swayman, who keeps it a 2-2 game. Jeremy Swayman, terrific here in this third period. And it stays a tied game. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. This is the only game currently going on in the NHL. Shots are 27-14. Again, Swayman's been a massive factor in why the Bruins are currently winning this game. There's no reason to believe why Boston shouldn't be able to get the win here in this one. We will see. All right. Back here from commercial break. It's a 2-2 hockey game from Vancouver. A lot of optimism for both sides here. Goals tonight from Fraser Mitten, Elias Lindholm for Boston, Elias Pettersson, and Filip Hronek for Vancouver. Score is 2-2 here in period number 3. Showing off Fraser Mitten, acquired by the Maple Leafs March 7th with a conditional first-round pick, which could become a top 10 pick possibly if the Maple Leafs do finish below the playoff line and keep struggling the way they've been recently. That could become a really good trade for the Bruins. They could really benefit from that deal. But again, there's still a lot of hockey to be played before that first-round pick obviously comes into place. So, we'll see when the time comes. But right now, it's looking pretty good for Boston. Face-off here outside the Boston zone, won by the Bruins. Here's Kastelik into the zone, pass to center. And banked all the way back down into the Boston zone as Swayman will play it with his stick. Now behind the net, Zadorov. Skates around there now with that puck. Cleared all the way back down low and in for an icing against Boston. Twelve and a half minutes to go. You can tell this Bruins team is a little bit tired. It's a little interesting because Vancouver's on a back-to-back. And they're playing the way they are. I mean, you might think this is good, but it's actually not. Vancouver could see this and be like, hey, let's go trade our first-round pick. There's Boyum off the draw, shot it on Swayman. He makes the save. And now Swayman's faced 29 shots. It's unbelievable. I don't know. Face off here in the Boston zone. It's won by the Bruins. Down low now, Asparat will throw that one around behind the net. Try to play that one to center. Shot on net, denied by Swayman. Pettersson on the right side, fed up to the point then for Boyum. Boyum down low for Carlson. Carlson here in the corner. Throws it around, stolen back then by Lindholm, who will bank that one over then for Arvidsson. Carried out to center, intercepted by Hronek, who will regroup here in his own end. Filip Hronek looking for options. Vancouver's been the better team by far. Boston only one shot compared to Vancouver's 9 here in the third. Canucks are regrouping here in their own zone. Here's Kampf. Breaks it around now, dumps it into the Boston zone. Now Swayman behind the net. Clears that one around. Canucks will keep it in. Down low, Kampf. Pass in front is blocked. Here's Arvidsson. Through the zone. Boston has it. McAvoy brings it in. Pass up to the point. A shot. And Mitten fans on that puck. Boston keeps it in. McAvoy moves in. Fires it. And it goes wide of Lankinen. Now Mitten. Tied up with multiple Canucks players. Tries sending it down low to Pastrnak, who picks it up. Pastrnak moves to center. Pass over. And it's blocked. Bruins keep it in, though. Pastrnak to Mitten. Kuznetsov now banks it off the boards and down low to the corner. Pastrnak behind the net. David Pastrnak. Pass over is blocked. And McAvoy steals it right back. Bruins getting the most offensive zone time they've had. Here's McAvoy in front. And a deflected shot there goes out of play. Shots are 30-14 here in this third period. It's been one of those games. Even here after nearly 10 minutes of play. And we do have the one word that I will not say in case I jinx it, staring at us here in 10 minutes and 32 seconds. Face-off here won by the Bruins. Zadorov Intercepted. Boston gets it right back. Shot saved by Lankinen. Rebound is kicked back up to the point. Another chance. Denied by Lankinen as well. 2 big saves for Kevin Lankinen. Filip Hronek now waiting for it in the Vancouver zone. Hronek to Kane. Kane tries bringing it in. Banked off the boards then. Into the zone now. Steves drops it back. Peak. Over. Geeky a shot save. Rebound is there. And Meyer steals it back down low in the corner. He'll clear it back then for Hronek, who gets tied up down low then by the likes of Steves and stolen back then by Vancouver. Sasson for Hronek. Hronek to Kane. Intercepted there by a Boston Bruin, and now Geeky down low as the Bruins will regroup. Halfway through the third period. We are still tied at 2 apiece here in Vancouver. Through the zone now, trying to break that one the other way as Arvidsson dumped it down low into the Vancouver zone. Battling forward here in the corner. Middlestad picks it up. Down low. Middlestad circles around looking for options. At the point, poke checked away. What a play there by Nils Höglander, who poke checked that puck away. Canucks have it now in the zone. Shot on net goes wide. Höglander battling for it down low. At the point now, Willander fires it. What a block by Arvidsson and cleared down the other way. Canucks get it back at center. Ogren into the zone, gets knocked down. Ratu to the right side, intercepted there by the Bruins. Mitten dumps it into the Vancouver zone. Now down low in the corner, they'll battle for that puck. McAvoy to center, and Kuznetsov could not get that pass. Elias Pettersson dumps it into the Boston zone. Swayman will play that one with his stick down low to the corner. Elias Pettersson pass to center, intercepted by Pastrnak. Canucks get it back. Pettersson down low. Carlson pass in front. And DeBrus could not get it. Another chance. Saved by Swayman. And the puck goes into the netting. Chance after chance here for Vancouver. Boston gets their licks in as well. But it stays scoreless here in the third period. And we are moving slower and slower progressively into what I like to call crunch time. And more people joining the stream. Just want to say welcome. Thank you all so much for tuning into my stream. I greatly appreciate it. We do these commentary streams every single week. So if you like what you see, consider subscribing. We got plenty of content here on the channel all the time. Jeremy Swayman, 29 saves tonight. Has been awesome here for Boston. Kevin Lankinen starting to get some shots on here as well. 10-4 in this third period in favor of the Canucks. All right. 8:09 left to go here in the third period. Score is 2-2 here in Vancouver. Canucks have come back from down 1-0 and 2-1. Some good chances here for both sides. Boston's gotten some shots on. Face-off here in the Boston zone. Corrali versus Kampf. Face-off won by the Bruins. Cleared around now to the right side. 8 minutes to go in the third period. Down low, Hronek picks up the puck. Filip Hronek takes it around the right side. Dumped into the zone. Peak will try and clear. Stolen back. Sherwood a shot. And it goes way wide. David Kampf clears it down low. Sherwood gets it right back. Pass in front. And it deflects back away. Down low in the corner now, O'Connor. To Sherwood a shot. And it goes wide again. Hronek keeps it into O'Connor. Puck deflects off a referee. And the Bruins trying to get it back down low behind the net. And picking it back up then is Zadorov down low. Nikita Zadorov will wait in his own zone. 7:10 left to go in the third period. Time is ticking down fast. Lindholm will backhand it down low, playing against his former team. People forget about that. He was briefly with them in 2024. Here's Lindholm, a shot denied by Lankinen. And Sasson was knocked down in front there by Jonathan Asperat. And we get some pushing and shoving here in the Vancouver zone. So pressure for the Boston Bruins, who trying to get some more shots on goal here. Kevin Lankinen has not faced a lot of shots overall. And if he has faced them, it's been short. It's been very long periods of time between the shots, especially in this third period. 6:57 left to go. Face-off off the draw. Boston shoots it. Steve's a shot. And it goes down low to the corner. Vancouver takes it back. Marcus Pettersson for Ratu. Ratu will throw it down low to the corner. Ogren racing for it on the right side. Now Steves banks it off the boards. Racing forward is Geekie. Geekie on the right side will play it to center. Lindholm nearly got a chance to get it on Lankinen, but could not get his stick there in time. McAvoy clears it down low. Steves drops it back, intercepted by the Canucks. Playing for his former team again. Ogren into the zone, loses the puck now behind the net. Boston gets it back. Zadorov tried to clear. Carlson takes it back into the zone. Now Pettersson moves around, backhand, and it goes wide. Oh, I thought he had him beat. I think he hit the back of the net. Pettersson did run out of room, it seems like, on that play. Here's Victor Arvidsson, who will backhand that one down low into the Vancouver zone. Now Myers in the corner, battling for it with Middlestat. Zaka to the point. Peak. Down low, Lohrei shoots it, blocked there by Pettersson. Here come the Canucks the other way. 2-on-2. Pettersson into the zone, battling for it with Jake DeBrusk. Now Lohrei down low, stolen back then by Sherwood, who joins the play. Sherwood to the point to Boyum. Boyum clears it down low to Pettersson. Elias Pettersson throws it up to the point. Hronek behind the net to DeBrusk. DeBrusk jabbing at that puck with Zaka. Now Peak on the right side. And they're holding each other against the boards. Vancouver keeps it in. Kampf, a shot! What a block! Rebounds there, denied by Swayman. Another chance. Sherwood a shot, denied. Hronek a drive, and it goes wide. Chance after chance after chance. Down low in the corner, Kampf to Boyum. Boyum surveying his options, fires it on net, and it's blocked through the traffic. Less than 5 minutes to go. Zaka throws it to center. Middlestat will clear that one all the way down the other way. And the Canucks will regroup. We are now in crunch time. Final 4 minutes of play in the third period. Hronek to Brock Besser, who will backhand that one down low. Jonathan Asperat then to Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov will move to center. Stolen back then by the Canucks. Sasson will break it back the other way. Sasson through center to the right side. Then Willander. Pass in front. Saved by Swayman. Puck goes out of play. And we will go to commercial break. Vancouver putting on a push. We are still tied. Shots are 32-18. I am going to go to the bathroom real quick one last time before we get into the crunching minutes here of this third period and possibly more. I will be right back, guys. All right, I have returned just in time. All right, thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Like the stream down below. It helps out with the engagement. We are heading into crunch time here in this third period. Bruins and Canucks tied at 2 apiece with 3:56 left to go in the third period. This one's way more eventful than the previous live stream we did between these two teams back in 2024. Shots are 32-18 in favor of the Canucks. They have been by far the better team here. Pettersson had a huge chance there on Swayman. And had he shot it a few moments earlier, it'd be a 3-2 hockey game right now. Face off in the Boston zone, won by the Bruins. Zadorov to Pastrnak, 3-on-2 the other way. Into the zone now, Zacha trying to deke around down low in the corner. 3:40 left, time winding down. Zacha to Pastrnak in front, and that one is taken back away. Canucks bring it into the zone. Pettersson backhands it behind the net. Swayman played to the right side. I don't know, Dragos. We'll see. Here's Kuznetsov to Pastrnak. Pass over then for the likes of Corrali was broken up and away, and the puck will slide all the way back into the Boston zone. 3 minutes to go in the third period. We are tied at 2. Lindholm to Mitten. Mitten backhands it into the zone. Behind the net now, Myers. Plays it back then for Hronek. Hronek to Sasson. Sasson down the right side. Will take it around now behind the net, or at least try to. We'll bank that one back up to the point. Hronek can't keep it in. It'll slide back into the Vancouver zone. Hronek waits in his own end. He'll take his time here as his team gets a line change. 2.5 minutes to go on the clock. Kampf dumps it down low. Swayman. To the right side then, Asperad here, played back to center. Steves banks it off the boards and back into the Vancouver zone. Willander trying to play that one ahead on the right side. A chance! And Steve shoots it wide. Now Lowry picks it up. Looks to center a shot. And it goes up and out of play. 2:09 remaining. Oh, thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. My nose is so congested, but I have no tissues to blow it out with. I only have paper towels. And I don't want to do it right now. Face off here in the Vancouver zone, won by the Bruins. Puck is deflected and goes out of play. Shots are 32-18 here in favor of the Canucks. Shots are 32 to 18, as I just said. Losing my mind here. Face off in the Vancouver zone. Kampf will take the draw here against Zacha. His middle stat was kicked out. And Vancouver will win the draw. Hronek to Pettersson. 2 minutes to go in the third period. Peak to Lowry. Lowry through the zone off the board. Stolen back then down low. Canucks regrouping with it. Time will wind down. Hronek through the zone. Looks. Dumps it into the zone. Höglander battling for it now with Peak down low as time continues to tick down. Zacha in the defensive zone. Back to Arvidsson, who tries to break it into the Vancouver end. Down in the corner, he's holding a stick as they just RKO'd the referee. Hopefully that referee's okay. Battling forward here in the corner as the clock will tick down, approaching the final minute of play in the third period. Hronek clears it all the way back into the Boston zone for an icing with 64 seconds to go. And hopefully this linesman's okay. He looks like he's all right. A minute, 4 seconds to go. If we can't figure it out, it'll go to a 5-minute 3-on-3 overtime followed by a shootout. Face off in the Canucks zone. Besser versus Mitten. Face off won by the Bruins. Zadorov back down low. Minute a shot saved by Lankin, and rebound is kicked to the corner. Last minute of play in the third. Off the boards now Besser. Over then for Mitten. Fraser Mitten trying to get it back. He'll move to center. Flicks it down low then for Pastrnak, who gets tied up by Hronek. Now Myers back down low. Pastrnak behind the net. Too many bodies are on him there, battling for it down low in the corner. 30 seconds left. Zadorov on the right side. Stolen back then by the Canucks. Bruins get it back. Kuzadinov drops it behind the net. Stolen back then down low. Hronek trying to clear. On the right side, cleared all the way back into the Boston zone. 10 seconds left. McAvoy will wait behind his own net. 5 seconds to go, and for the second time in the last 2 nights, we will get overtime here in Rogers Center. Tied 2-2 at the end of 3 periods of play. 60 minutes was not enough, and we will get overtime here from Vancouver. Watch with Nordic overtime history. The only Boston Bruin to score in overtime is Pavel Zacha. Vancouver has never been to overtime in a Watch with Nordic stream, so tonight they can make some history. In terms of Watch with Nordic history, of course. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. We do these commentary streams every single week. Your guys' support is greatly appreciated. It makes these streams all the worthwhile and so much more fun. As we are in a brief commercial break before the start of overtime. All right. Overtime goal predictions. Morgan Geekie for Boston for me. Kiefer Sherwood for Vancouver is my guess. That's who I'm going with. So Geekie for Boston, Sherwood for Vancouver. Those are my predictions. All right, let's get ready here for overtime from Vancouver. Overall recap here of this game so far. Goals from Fraser Mitten, Elias Pettersson, Elias Lindholm, and Filip Hronek. No goals in that third period. And we will see if overtime is the deciding factor tonight. Jeremy Swayman's been phenomenal. 39 saves tonight. On the other side, Kevin Lankinen's made 17 saves on 19 shots. It's a winner-take-all, 3-on-3 overtime, and we are underway. Face-off is won here by the Bruins. McAvoy will take possession. Bruins are 4-1 this year in overtime. Canucks are 2 for 3. Zacha to McAvoy. McAvoy takes it now behind the Vancouver net. Looks for options, pass in front. Zacha nearly got his second overtime goal in Watch with Nordic history. He's denied. McAvoy to Zacha. Zacha to Pastrnak. Bruins hemming Vancouver in the Canucks zone. To McAvoy now, who will drop it back outside of his own zone to Pastrnak. Pastrnak at center. Looking for the right option here. Now to Geekie into the zone. A shot off the post for the second time in this game. Oh my goodness, and Vancouver takes control. Pettersson, now for Hronek. Pettersson looks for options here now. DeBrusk in the corner. Battling for it now with Hampus Lindholm. Lindholm actually gets the puck back, and Boston will regroup. Lindholm looks for options. Hampus Lindholm now will move it through center, drops it back for Geekie. Morgan Geekie through the zone, brings it in down the right side to center. He can't tuck it in. Now DeBrusk trying to play it ahead to Sherwood, battling for it down low in the corner. 3:30 left to go in the overtime. Sherwood gets it back for Vancouver. The Canucks will regroup here behind their own net. Tom Willander has it for the Canucks. Drop back then for Besser. Brock Besser moves it into the Boston zone. Over then for Sherwood, who will come back and wait. 2:50 left to go. Besser in the Vancouver end. Canucks are looking for the right opportunity. Here's Sherwood moving through center. Drops it back to Besser. Besser moves it in. Dekes around. What a move. Can't get the shot on. He's forced to loop back. And out to center ice. It's all about possession here in overtime. That's what it's been a lot of the time here for the last couple of years. Zeev Boyum, the new acquisition just a couple months ago, throws it back then to Sasson. Max Sasson into the zone, gets knocked off the puck. And now Zacha here in the Boston end will play a puck forward then on the right side for McAvoy. And he's forced to come back and regroup. McAvoy in the Boston end. 2 minutes to go in the overtime. Zacha back to Pastrnak. A shot blocked. Bruins get it back. Pastrnak takes it around now and stays behind the Vancouver net. Pass in front. And Zacha can't get the shot on. Zacha loops it back around. Zacha to Pastrnak, a shot. And he's blocked. And the Canucks have a break. Here they come the other way. Through the zone, it's Ogren. Ogren, he's in. Saved by Swayman. Puck played in front. Here come the Bruins now the other way. Pastrnak racing for it. And it's stolen back by Pettersson with 90 seconds to go. Pettersson plays it back. DeBrusk shot. He's blocked. Jake DeBrusk with a massive chance. And he is blocked in front. Bruins get it back. Geekie falls on his feet. Hronek trying to steal it back now and plays it back on the right side. Bruins will take advantage. Last minute of play in the overtime period. We are already close to a shootout. Morgan Geekie will come back and regroup here in his own end. Geekie in the final minute. Moves it through center. Takes it around DeBrusk and Hronek. Skates it back around and just draws it all the way back into the Boston zone. Swayman will come out of his net to play the puck. I appreciate it, Hugh. Thank you. I like to think I am sometimes. 30 seconds left in the overtime. Lohrei to Mitten. Mitten tied up now on the right side. Fraser Mitten to the point. Pastrnak shoots it. Glove. Rebound. They score! Fraser Mitten in his hometown. Boston wins! His second of the night. Fraser Mitten with 18 seconds left. And the Bruins get the win in overtime. And I gotta say, that's just one of my raw reactions here to this. That's one of my best overtime calls of this season. Fraser Mitten, overtime winner. His second of the night in his hometown. And Boston wins the hockey game. Wow. Even though there wasn't a lot of scoring in that game as a whole, there wasn't a ton of shots and all that, but that was a great game. Jeremy Swayman played phenomenal. 31 saves. And Fraser Mitten in his hometown gives the Bruins the overtime win. Wow. Absolutely phenomenal. Fraser Mitten from David Pastrnak, his second assist of the night. And Mason Lohrei, and that is a phenomenal hockey game. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. It started off with not that many people in here, and we turned it into a very good stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new down below. And that will do it for me tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow for the World Junior semifinals. So stay tuned for that at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We got Sweden and Finland, followed by Canada and Czechia at 8:30. But that will do it for me tonight. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys